Hey, so I've been on NoFap for the past year or so, and ever since my life has improved exponentially. NoFap was one of the first steps that I took when starting self-improvement. About a year ago, I was in my room, alone, weak, when all of a sudden I ran into Hamza, a self-improvement YouTuber which I quickly related to, and I decided to commit to stop fapping. This eventually led me to start working out, improving my body, my self-esteem, my confidence. I started journaling, meditating, a bunch of stuff, and you've probably been here. You've probably tried NoFap yourself. You try NoFap, you're going good, you're going strong, then 1-2 days pass by, the urge is there, and then you relapse once again. You've probably seen the NoFap timeline videos, which we see all over social media and on YouTube. And let me just tell you that, like Hamza says, these videos are, I'm not gonna say they're a lie, but they're overly exaggerated, since they basically tell you that if you relapse, you basically lost all the benefits, you lost all the confidence, and this happened to me. I was going strong, and then what happens is that you relapse, and it's like you put yourself in a position where you like criticize yourself so much, and it fucks up your mental health so bad that your self-esteem literally goes down like so fast, and that is not the way that you need to look at it. You've been here, and we've all been here. And this is when I realized the destruction that the modern world and technology has done on the men of today. And that's when it hit me. Ever since I was young, I always got crippling depression and shit like this. And to be honest, I was really just sad because my life was too comfortable and I was basically a complete beta. This is when it hit me that self-improvement is the way to go. Self-improvement is the solution to most of your problems, if not all of them. This is where I started, and this is something that I really want to spread the word of because it really changed my life and I want it to change yours as well. I offer you to completely stop fapping, completely cut it out, and I really wanted to explain to you the benefits that you get when you're on NoFap. First of all, why is fapping such a bad thing? What happens when you do this? You quite literally castrate yourself. You're chopping off your own fucking balls. Because just think of two prisoners. One, you put them in two cells. One of them has been eating junk food all his life. You just keep on giving him more food, more bad food. The other one, you've been starving him, completely depriving him from all food sources, and then you put him in one single cage after a month. One of them, he's been eating a bunch of trash. He keeps on complacing himself, pleasuring himself, while the other one, he craves that steak. There's a steak in the room. There's a steak. You put a steak in the middle, in between them, a nice juicy steak. Who do you think is going to beat? Who do you think is going to beat the other man to that steak? Who do you think is going to fight more for that? Of course, the man that's been depriving himself of this. And the same thing happens with fapping. When you just continue pleasuring yourself every single day, your dick is not going to work. Whenever the moment of truth comes and you're actually gonna have sex, you've just pleasing yourself over and over again that it's not the same anymore. You completely let away your sex drive every single day. You're completely like giving up your sex drive to fapping, to porn. And you need this sex drive to work as a man. And too many young men just give this away like it's nothing. Not only this, but yes, you will increase your testosterone, your sex drive like I just said, and you will very likely be saving yourself a few good hours of every week that you probably would spend fapping, which you could just use productively, working out, reading, or meditating. You will also gain more confidence, and you will actually be attracted to real girls, unlike stupid little boys nowadays that are attracted to weird fetishes online. And finally, this is where the golden point is. You will completely forget what fapping even is. This is like the peak, most biggest benefit that you will get from this. You will literally completely forget what it is. You'll get to the point in which you could literally like get hard and you won't even think of fapping, because that is you right now. Whether you want to admit it or not, every single time that you get an erection or whatever, as soon as that happens, you think of fapping. You'll get to a point in which this will happen, and no matter what, you won't even think of that. Won't even be like a possibility. Like it'll just feel good because you'll be a man. You'll feel like a man, and you use that sex drive to work on your goals, to go work out. You'll save up this testosterone, which will give you more energy on the next day and the next day and the next. And how exactly do you do this? First of all, like I said, do not focus on the streak, because that is not the point of this. Point of NoFap is not to completely cut it out completely at first. Just like an addiction. This is basically because you're basically an addicted little young man. Don't focus on the streak. Focus on reducing the amount of times you do it. So for example, if you do it 7 times per week, once a day, try and reduce that to 6, and then 5, and then just 2 or 3 a week, and then once or twice a month until you completely forget about it. And that is how you progressively overload this. Because if you just focus on the streak, and then in your mind you're thinking if you relapse, then once you relapse the first time, you're actually going to completely lose everything, because it's gonna be engraved in your mind, and you're basically just gonna give up the moment that you relapse. Not only this, but I really recommend that you get rid of all distractions, all of social media, because just think about it. This is something that I've really been noticing a lot. Usually when you fap, the first thing that strikes that thought in your head is when you're on social media, when you're scrolling on Instagram, because Instagram is just softcore porn nowadays. Softcore porn. Literally. You see a girl, just a 12-year-old girl shaking her ass on TikTok, that's what gives you that spark, and then you go over and then you search up porn, and then you relapse one more time. This is what the Matrix does. This is what the Matrix has come to. Everything that it does to keep men weak. And it usually always starts with social media. Hell, it fucking always starts with social media. What am I even... who am I even kidding? Finally, update your self-image. Do not see yourself as the guy that faps, or that's trying to fap. See yourself as the guy that does not fap. If I see someone that tells me that he's on NoFap, that he's trying to quit, I know for a fact he's gonna quit, because it's still engraved in his self-image. He still sees himself as the guy that does not have that confidence. But if you just tell yourself, even if you literally tell yourself, I do not fap, I am an alpha male, I attract the girls, you're quite literally faking it until you make it. That is the power of belief, because your mind will literally try and reach and achieve its own expectations. If you tell yourself that you're this guy, action rises from belief, and you will eventually take the actions necessary to become that man that does not fap. Leave a like, leave a sub. It's a win-win for the both of us. Share with a friend who needs it. And oh yeah, don't forget to check out the 8 free workout routines which I made myself, which are in the link in the description below. And remember, do it for your future self.